Bonk holders, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. Appreciate you guys as always. But yeah, let's waste no more time and take a look at what's happening with Bonk's price and what we could be expecting going into Monday morning. Looking across the market right now, as we are obviously going into Monday morning, we are seeing some coins up quite a bit. Obviously, Bonk being one of them, but you're starting to see a little bit of a shift happening, and the shift that I'm really referring to is meme coins are gaining traction once again. So if you're looking at Bonk's price right now, 2016, obviously still about 4 zeros in front of the price, also up 6.4% in Bitcoin comparative, market cap at almost $1.6 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about 354.7 million. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So let's really take a look at, what's really happening. A lot of people overlook this, but, on this channel, I try to make you guys understand, what we're really seeing here. If you're looking at just the last 7 days, forget about the last 24 hours, because of course, I know people are going to be like, why are you saying forget about the last 24 hours? Because of course, we're seeing some, extensive gains being made. But what I'm really trying to show you guys here is, what type of gains we're really talking about. We're not talking about small moves here. We're not talking about 5-6% moves. We're talking about 30, 40, plus percent move for multiple different meme coins over the last over the last 7 days. So of course we are coming out of a major bloodbath. Obviously during that time there's been a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear. Fear and greed index is actually going into the greed territory now, as we know. So a lot of excitement coming in, but pretty much what I'm trying to get at is, if you were dollar cost averaging in during those times, remember there's a famous saying, be greedy while others are fearful, be fearful while others are greedy. If you were dollar cost averaging into your favorite memes, I'm sure you're up right now, because if you're looking pretty much at the last 7 days for the top 20, you could see all of them are up 20 to 30%, except Shiba Inu, which again kind of goes back to what I've been speaking about when I obviously talk about Pepe, how I personally believe that flipping is going to happen. But that's another video for another day. Obviously, if you're looking at SPL coins, official Trump coin still in the lead. Obviously Bonk being the second, and Fart coin is coming up. Obviously I think we're going to see a little bit of a battle between the two here. But yeah, that's that. So far so good. Let's take a look at what's really happening with the price, because when I pull out the price, you will really understand what is quite interesting about this move, and what are some targets we're retesting right now. So if you're looking at the dominance, I'm not going to bore you guys. Dominance did pull down over the last 24 hours, but as I've mentioned in my other updates, it's still really high. And obviously if we break below the 64.12%, then we could be looking at it from a different angle. But as of now, that's not the case. BTC has seen a nice push up to 94.5, which is looking amazing. If you're looking at Bonk here, though, with the way dominance is currently sitting, it's really high. But you're looking at, Bonk making a beautiful move towards the upside. And why I say this is because, we are retesting the 2052 zone. So, the last time the 2052 zone was retested was back at the beginning of this year. Yes, you've heard that correct. And those are the levels we're retesting right now, which really tells you that, we're picking up steam. And again, from April 7th, Bonk is up 130%. But look where we currently are. Significant amount of resistance where we currently are at right now. If this resistance is able to break out, we could push up to the 26, 27 and, retest the major key resistance, which is at the 29.40. And pretty much after that, I think all-time highs are not out of the, ordinary. So again, if you want to put this into perspective, the next big move could be around the 2600 zone, which is again about a 26% move from where we currently are at. If that is able to break out the major key resistance, like I said, and after that, I think we could start heading towards the upside even more. So I like what I'm seeing here. Do expect a little bit of choppiness around this level. Of course, even though we are seeing some steam, within Bonk, you are still seeing the dominance quite a bit, high. Obviously, if dominance, picks up again, up to the 64.36%, I think this could cause a little bit of a choppiness maybe a little bit of a retest down, potentially to the 1749. Even that wouldn't surprise me, but we are in this upward trend. That's what we need to keep in mind. Obviously, this accumulation pattern that we were pretty much in since 2023, obviously that has brought in a lot of key resistance coming in our way, but so far so good. Like what I'm seeing here. Let me know down below what you guys think. Thank you for all your support. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that red subscribe button. We'll see you later from Crypto ZX, and peace out.